you didn't wrestle growing up, or you didn't wrestle in school.
Mm-mm.
So, and you started jiu-jitsu at 18. What got you to start jiu-jitsu?
Oh, this is not something I normally tell people, but my mom got me into jiu-jitsu. And like I wanted to be a police officer when I was 18.
Okay.
So one of the reasons why she got me, and she just thought it would be a good thing to have for self-defense. But I got in right before I went to uni.
Okay.
So I only did it for like 3 months, and then I basically didn't pick it up for like 2.5 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So then you went to University of Albany in New York. You ended up picking it up later, and you had this moment where you were like, all right, screw it. I'm going to go all in on jiu-jitsu. Like, I think you said you had a moment where you were kind of doing it, but it wasn't super serious. And then you had this moment of revelation where you're like, all right, I'm going to go train with Danaher. I'm going to go train in the Blue Basement. Like, I'm going all in. Like, what caused that, and what was that like?
No, yeah, like I just, you know, when I was going through like this security clearance process, my senior year, when I was like applying for jobs, and like I was in the job application process, I started like winning tournaments, and then like that kind of thought came to the back of my mind, and I knew like security clearance wise, at my age at the time, like 22, I'm a bit of a liability to the federal government or any like smaller defense contractor out in DC.
Yeah.
So I figured like my chances of actually getting in, when compared to let's say like cleaner candidates from better known universities, was probably much smaller. And I just said like, hey, like, you know what? I have this inkling. I'm 22 years old. If I don't do this now, like there is no time. There's no other time to do it. Like I wouldn't do this in my 30s.
Right.
I wouldn't do it in my 40s. Like it's either gonna like now or never. So I waited like in case anything happened with the security clearance process where things went wrong and I lost my whatever job offer, I would, this would be the time to pivot, and that happened. And then I pivoted and I was like, you know what? I'm in New York City anyways, like best place in the US probably at the time for no-gi jiu-jitsu. Let's do it. I mean, I checked out even Marcelo's and Unity and like I like solidified, okay, Blue Basement, this is where I want to be.
Yeah. But you had the job offer, right?
I was literally going through the process, and this was after, because like I had my senior year, I was just applying for like jobs on LinkedIn every single day for like 6 months. And like I turned down a lot of offers because it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted like something in Virginia or near the DC area that was with a defense contractor, because this is what I was like basically mapping out for the last X amount of years in uni. And I was like literally almost done with the entire process. I was just waiting on the security clearance.
Dang.
Yeah.
So did you have a point where you were like, I'm not interested in this as a career? Or was it just kind of like, this seems very hard and I really like jiu-jitsu, so I kind of want to just try it?
No, it actually was the most reckless, stupid decision I could have made looking back. I had spent 4 years literally just on like cybersecurity. I did all these different internships at different state level agencies in New York, different, let's say smaller companies that were working with my university, like my specific college in the university at the time. I did internships for the NSF, like in other states. So yeah, man, like I put a lot of time and effort into that. And, my junior year, I just started training. This is when I usually tell people I started training, because the 3 months when I was 18, to me, they don't really count. And within that 2-year period from junior year into senior year and then senior year into graduating, I just started falling in love with jiu-jitsu, and I was listening to Gary Vee at the time and Jocko Willink, and, they have a specific mantra, right, that they're promoting in their videos. And the one with Gary definitely resonated. Like, you're 22, you're 19. If you want to be reckless, you do it now. And I was like, you know what? Like, we have to take some time. Let's see how the security clearance goes. And I said, if I get the security clearance, I'm just going to go down to Roslyn, Virginia, and train with Ryan Hall at 50-50. I mean, they have a good school out there. Now they have like Frankie, who used to be on the Death Squad teaching there. So they have like they attract good guys. And I was like, I'll do that. And I'll just try to be whatever down there as well while working a full-time job. Either way, I was going to do jiu-jitsu.
Right.
But I just ended up staying in New York with like the squad and these guys.
And how did your family or your parents react whenever you told them you were going to do this decision?
Oh man, they're Asian. This was like a big no-no, especially like I was working hard in uni.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like it was like, why would you throw away all the work? Even my uncle said like, why don't you just get the job, get good at it enough to like do it remotely, and then you can do this shit on the side. And I was like, no, I'm stubborn. Like I'm very one-minded about like one-track minded about this. I was like, I'm gonna do it full time. I'm gonna train 2 to 3 times a day on top of weightlifting. I'm gonna do some shitty part-time job, or I'll do 2 shitty part-time job, whatever I need to do to like, pay the bills and stuff, and I'll figure it out. So,
man,
yeah,
that's crazy. And so then when thinking about jiu-jitsu as a career, what was it that attracted you like to the idea of it? Because that's very different from being a full-time competitor. Like your goal is more along the lines of being a coach.
Now it is.
Okay, so
back then I wanted to be. I was like, I'm gonna train twice a day. I'm gonna see how far like I can go competing wise. Yeah. And I'm gonna do it for at least a few years.
Okay.
And it's just over this journey, it's transitioned. Like I've transitioned a bit into coaching, and now I'm bringing the competition side of things back because I have an itch that needs to be scratched. But like, if we're being truthful, I am an average, like I would say I'm average or above average on the mats. And then in terms of competition, I suck. Like I can honestly say like right now, like I'm terrible at competing. And, but coaching is something I've never really been overly bad at. Like I've been, you're always bad at things that are new to you. Yeah. But when I started like getting into coaching, I noticed I was picking things up and learning at the speed, let's say like a very talented competitor would. Like, let's say like you take Joseph Chen or Ethan Krelestein, like Diego Pato, or like, let's say like JT Torres, any of these guys from any of the gyms, they all are different levels of talent, but they're all within a specific range of talent. Yeah. So we can name this range like genius level or, world-class level. And I feel like in terms of learning how to coach, it was like, I picked it up super quick. And I always compared it like, why can't I do that with my developing skills on the mat or my competing? Like it was always so much slower, and I was like, different skill set.
Right.
Different skill set.
Right.